job site. In the truck there is a roller that's coming this way, so it might get a little loud. I'm waiting to do a roll in front of, can't remember their technical name, but I call them the dirt nerd, to make sure that the grade on the road is right and ready for paving. So I'm sitting here just hanging out waiting for them to get here. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this because this was an interesting run-in, and I don't know if it really applies necessarily to truck driving per se. And I kind of want to just like preface this with, I really like men. Like, I like to be friends with men. I like to work with men. I am not like the feminist kind of person, if that makes sense. I have no like thoughts that women are superior, or, you know, that women can do everything a man can do, because honestly, men are good at things and women are good at things, and I just really like, you know, I just like trucks and equipment and planes and quads. You know, those are the things that I like. But I also, you know, whatever, like, I'm not just trying to explain the little preface before I get into this, and you'll understand in a minute. I went to Starbucks with the truck, I think it was Tuesday morning, and I pull up, and there's a couple of cars already in the parking lot right there, and they've got a table right at the door, so any like mobile orders are going to be on that table. And I get out, and it's a decent day, not like today, and I walk over there, and my order's not out yet, and there's a couple other people waiting for their orders, and there's a really nice black Jag parked right there, and then like a BMW SUV. The town that that our yard is in is a high-end neighborhood, if that makes sense. So I go over there, and I'm just like, I'm standing there waiting, I'm playing on my phone, and the guy looks at me and he goes, "When did they start putting automatics in trucks?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" You know, like, he's like, "When did they start making big trucks like that, automatics?" And I was like, well, I think that it's been a while that they've been available. I guess I'm not really following where you're going with this. And he like points at the truck, and he's like, "Well, when did they start making trucks like that, automatics?" I was like, I don't know. There's been automatic dump trucks as far back as I've been driving dump truck, I guess. I was like, but that truck's not an automatic. And he looks at me and he goes, "What? Really?" He's like, "You know how to drive a stick shift vehicle?" And I was just like, I was really taken aback. I was like, yes, I do. Actually, my first car was a stick shift. You know, it's not hard. And he was just like really astounded. And I try to be nice to people, and when they say really weird shit that they don't realize is offensive or could be offensive. I wasn't offended, I was just confused more than anything. But he wasn't there in the BMW, he was there in the Jaguar. And it's funny because as like our orders came up at the same time, and we both take our orders, and I was like, "Hey, have a good day." And he's like, "Yeah." And he wasn't that much older than me. He was probably like 10 years older. And he gets in the Jag and leaves, and I he's leaving. The only thought I had in my mind was, wow, when did they make Jags for younger men? I thought the Jags were for old ladies, is all I could think. But I didn't say that to him, because I just don't say stuff like that to people. But it was an interesting conversation that always, things like that always surprise me when someone has it in their mind that because someone is young or someone is female or someone, you know, is different in some way, that they're just not capable of doing the same things that other people are capable of doing. It always astounds me, and I don't know, it's just hard for me to wrap my head around. And because the way I think is that if you want to learn to do something and you have it in your heart to do it, that you can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. And learning to drive a stick shift or learning to shift a dump truck or any semi is something that anybody can learn to do if they want it bad enough. And after doing it so long, I don't even think about it. Like I got in an autopilot situation the other day where I was listening to the radio and we'd been hauling dirt out of the job. This is funny. We'd been hauling dirt out of the job the whole day, and then at the end of the day, they said, on the next one, just go get a load of go get a load of 1.25 inch minus, and then you'll be done. And I was like, oh, okay, sweet. And the road back to the pit, or the road from the dump site to the pit, goes past the job site, and I'm just trucking along and listening to the radio and enjoying myself. And I'm back at the job site, and then I get here, and it was this job. I get here and I was like, oops, I was supposed to go to the pit and get rock. And so then I have to like pull in the driveway and turn around, and I'm solo luckily, and so it was easy. And everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know. And then the foreman, he calls me, and I was like, my autopilot, it got stuck on. And he starts laughing, and he's like, it's no big deal, whatever. But I was kind of embarrassed. And so I go get my rock, and I come back, and then everybody's like, oh, she made it, good job. But you know, it's just that type of thing, like where this truck, like obviously like I'm in control of it and I'm paying attention to what's going on around me, but I have like severe autopilot, like where I just go. And I really wish that there wasn't so many people that thought that people couldn't do things because of something like being female or being too old or being, you know, necessarily too young. Because people have given me that. They're like, oh, you can't be good at driving a dump truck because you're so young. And we all know that that's not the case. Because I'm not as young as I look, but everybody assumes that I am super young. And I prefer the people that meet me and they're like, oh, nice to meet you. It's cool that you drive a dump truck. Or whatever, you know. And it's just, obviously, like, I try to be nice to people, but I just when did they start making those automatics? I don't know. I've only ever driven our automatic a handful of times. I don't drive automatics usually. Not that I won't, I will. It is kind of nice to just click it in to drive and push your brakes in and just go. Especially in our stop and go traffic here, but today is my Friday, and I was gonna do a live stream possibly tomorrow afternoon. You guys can comment and let me know what you think. I have a pretty exciting announcement, something that I'm ready to share with everybody, and I was gonna get to that on my live stream probably tomorrow sometime, if I can find some time where the kids aren't running around like crazies. I don't know, maybe that'd be good content, them running around being crazy. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you guys feel up to it, like and subscribe, and if you don't, you know, you do you. We're just all hanging out around here, right? But I'll talk to you guys later.